What's going on, everybody? This is Fantasy Sports Now. I want to talk to you today about first basemen, undervalued, breakouts, and sleepers. So before I get started, I just looked at some other content on some other sites. They are giving you 5 players within an hour and 10 minutes. You have to sit through all that for an hour and 10 minutes to get 5 names of players that they think are good. That's preposterous. I like getting right into the content, and if you like that too, let me know. Let's dive right on into this. Undervalued. These are guys that I think that are towards the top of the draft, but really could probably be taken higher. Or you're getting good value from them by taking them where they are. Number 1 is Vlad Guerrero Jr. So we all know his pedigree, or maybe we don't. He was the number 1 prospect for the last 2 years or 3 years in there. He was the highest graded prospect that I have ever seen come through the system. Like this, he was grading like Griffey talent level. I don't see very many 80 grade hit tools, but he had it, and to go right along with it, he had a high power tool. And to be taken 7th at first base, I get people want to say, oh yeah, the work ethic, blah blah blah, he should have stuck at 3rd. Well, guess what? He's playing first, and he is going to absolutely mash. Not only do I think he has top 3 first base upside, I think he has potentially top 5 to top 10 overall hitting talent. At some point, he's going to bust in a big way. This might be the last time you can ever take him this late in drafts. So, target. Next, right after him actually, is Paul Goldschmidt, and you can see this massive ADP drop, almost 30 slots later for the next best first baseman here. Goldschmidt has been good every year, and he's obviously declining, but at number 8 overall, 86th ADP, there is a lot of value to be had there. I know, like I said, he's declining, but he is still a rock-solid player, and I think he could easily finish in the top 5 of first baseman. Royce Hoskins is a strange one, actually, because he, 2 years ago in 2019, he burnt a lot of people, and a lot of people remember that. But in 2020, before he got hurt, and let's be fair, he had Tommy John, they claim he's going to be ready for opening day. A lot of people are unsure about that and are obviously, based on the average draft pick, are really falling back on that. 161 is insane for Royce Hoskins. He had Tommy John, but last year he was on pace for, if it was a normal season, it would have been 40 home runs and 100 RBI. So he looked back in style, like he looked like his 2018 days. So at rank 15th, if he's out there for a util or a bench spot, you have to take him. He's got top 8, maybe even higher than that potential. Breakouts. So breakouts for me are guys that I think will make big jumps. Usually they're outside the top 10. So let's dive right in. I'm not going to waste your time. Josh Bell, sitting at rank 14th, average draft pick 145. He had an interesting season last year, really bad. He was jumping at balls, he was striking out a lot, his swing looked off, it really did, and then he got shipped off to Washington. He actually came out, and you could call him excuses if you want to. He said that he noticed that there was a problem with the swing, he didn't feel he had the time to fix it, and he also had mentioned about the video, not being able to use it in game to try to make adjustments. Use that as you may. Personally, I think a change of scenery for Josh Bell is exactly what he needs, and I think that he is going to soar back into the top 10 conversation, and he's somebody that you could easily get on your bench late in drafts, maybe a util spot. Maybe you wait entirely on first base and grab a few of these guys late and just see who pops, because Josh Bell is going to go off, and I hope you have him. Next is Dominic Smith. He kind of already did break out, and I'm really hoping that the Mets aren't stupid and they don't go sign somebody purposely to bench Dominic Smith. You probably don't know this, but he was actually a highly regarded prospect once. It just took him a little while to get going. I think of like Justin Smoke. You know, sometimes these prospects take 4 years, 5 years before they actually start breaking out, but he once was highly regarded, and he's showing it now. So look for Dom Smith to take another step, and he's somebody that a lot of people aren't going to remember or know his name, so could be a good pick. Now, major quotes around Matt Olson. This is for points leagues only. Okay, let me get that straight again. If you're in a category league, disregardless. In fact, I'm going to put him on the bust list for category leagues, so look for that video at some point. Matt Olson is going to absolutely hit so many home runs. Last year was a down year. He only hit like $155. It was awful. There's no way he does that again, and yet he still hit a lot of home runs, and he still had a lot of points. So I expect his average, I know, to go way up. Not way up, but he's going to hit at least 200, maybe 220, and with that, up goes the points. Now, if you're in a category league, like I said, totally disregard this, because his average, his on base, walks, all those things don't happen. He strikes out so much, but in a points league, he really does have top 5 potential, because he's going to hit 40, maybe 45 home runs. Sleepers, these are generally younger guys that maybe aren't even going to get taken in some leagues, guys that you need to watch for. If you have a deeper league, look for some of these guys, because they're going to break into that top 15, top 10 here. Ryan Mountcastle, he's getting a little bit of love, not enough. He came up last year for the Orioles, played well. He also has dual eligibility, first and outfield, so that's always a plus, especially for somebody who's probably going to sit the bench to start the year. I really love his upside. He was a hit-first prospect, and he's in Camden Yards and playing for Baltimore, so home runs come out of Camden Yards, and he's going to play every single day. Baltimore's not a great team, but Ryan Mountcastle, like I said, is a hit-first prospect, now playing every day. He's got his first year kind of down. I really expect him to have a lot of upside this year, so late in draft, take a look at him. Evan White, now this guy is actually coming way low, average draft pick, and it makes sense. He didn't have a huge offensive year, but one thing to note was that he had the highest exit velocity out of anybody on Seattle, which kind of leads to a little bit of an unlucky season. He's still obviously very young. He's a defensive first prospect who is going to kind of get into the bat. And last year he saw these signs that he's really going to take a leap, and being this late in rank, you might not take him on the draft day, but look for him on the waiver wire. Keep an eye on him as he gets going, because if he starts taking off, you're going to want to pick him up, because the upside here is pretty tremendous. And last is Nate Lowe, another one even further than Evan White. So this might be your deep sleeper here, but Nate Lowe, or Lau, I can't remember. It's either Brandon Lau or Nate Lau. One of them had a very deep preference for some reason. Well, obviously it's his last name, so you care that you say it right, but it's the same spelling and they say it differently, and one of them got bugged by it. Nate Lau, we'll go with that one, played for Tampa Bay for a long time and got Tampa Bay'd, if you will. He didn't get to play all the time, and he kind of got moved around, and they tried to do weird things with him, and it didn't work. Nate Lau hit very well, actually, and he was a pretty highly regarded prospect, hit first kind of guy, and I expect him to go to Texas and to hit well. So again, he's probably not a guy that you're looking to maybe draft, but a guy that you need to keep an eye on, because big breakout potential will come in here. So that's it, guys. Keeping it right around maybe 10 minutes here or so, and we're going to jump right into the next one. If you like this video, just let me know. I'm getting into this stuff, and I got a lot of the baseball knowledge, and I'm hitting it with you. So appreciate you all. See you next time.